Hey, folks, welcome to episode 4 of Rethinking Grading, where we will talk about the outside world. First area that I'd like to talk about is auto insurance. This is a question that's come up, and as many of you know, insurance companies often offer a good student discount. I called and spoke with insurers at 6 different agencies just to confirm, which they all did, that students who don't get letter grades will still be eligible for these discounts. Most of them are done through honor roll, which we still have, or they're done through GPA, which we still have. But again, I called and personally spoke with folks who assured me that the good student discount can still happen in a school system, in a grading system where there are not letter grades. And that's important because that's a lot of money at stake for sure. Employers is another area concerning the outside world and grades. I mentioned some of this information when I did the episode about why we're rethinking grading. It's worth repeating though. I did a quick survey to all co op employers. 16 responded, 9 agreed to interviews. 78% of them said they prefer words to percentages when grading students. 100% are willing to try a new time card or score sheet that uses words rather than percentages. It's also worth noting, too, that several employers, as well as parents and caregivers, have shared with me that their own employee evaluations, whether they're being evaluated or they are evaluating others, that they use words rather than percentages. And so, again, the idea is this in some ways is helping to prepare students for what they'll encounter in work. Colleges and universities, of course, is a really big concern for folks who have kiddos who are planning on heading off to college after high school. There are two aspects that I was involved with. One of them is I just simply picked up the phone and interviewed 10 people from the schools that our students apply to most often. And those colleges are Bridgewater State, Curry, Johnson and Wales, Mass Maritime, Southern New Hampshire University, as well as UMass Amherst, UMass Boston, UMass Dartmouth, UNH, as well as Wentworth. I also had the opportunity to sit in on a panel of standards-based grading that featured admissions representatives from Bridgewater State, Bunker Hill Community College, Northeastern, and UMass Amherst. Now, a few of the big things that I learned, especially from the interviews, um, all 10 schools said that there's no problem with a transcript that uses words and standards as long as there's a GPA. And that's what we're going to be doing for next year. One of the colleges did caution about using only 3 or 4 words for grades. It's one of the reasons why we built in 6 for us. One of the admissions personnel that I spoke with was really excited about standards based transcripts, saying that they give more information. And so they're actually really helpful for the admissions process. And another said that our system seems like the best of both worlds because it focuses on learning while also providing a fair GPA. Some of the other information I've learned concerning colleges and universities came up, one of which is that roughly 5% of the transcripts that folks at these colleges have seen are standards based, and there's been an uptick recently. I'm also in communication with lots of other schools, especially in Massachusetts. A counselor at another school in Massachusetts shared that many colleges are actually designating an admissions officer just to focus on standards based transcripts, as well as other types of transcripts that might use narratives or other forms of assessment. It's also worth noting the NCAA ran a webinar in February to show how they determine eligibility for students who are coming from high schools that use standards based grading. And that's an important element, right? That an organization as large and as broad, clearly as national as the NCAA, is in fact addressing the idea of standards based grading. Big takeaways for this episode, then, folks. Just keep in mind that reps from insurance companies have said that there's no problem with our students earning good driver discounts. Co op employers are interested in this change, and some are actually even excited about these new changes. And then finally, college personnel have said that our grading system won't have any negative impact on admissions because we still provide a GPA. As always, questions, concerns, please reach out to me through email, through phone. The website is another way to get in touch with me. Email is the best, especially over the summer, but please don't hesitate to reach out if I can answer and help with any questions, any concerns you have as we move forward.